UAP Amendment gets another sponsor. We've got that and a lot more to talk about today, so get in here. This is Jack with Cosmic Road. I'll talk about UFOs and the paranormal. Please hit like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comments below. Yeah, I'm still a little bit under the weather, but I am on the mend. I'm getting a lot better, feeling a lot better. I might get up 2 interviews today. Oh, and be on the lookout because I am in talks with Whistleblower, if you're familiar who that is, for an interview possibly later today. It could be a live stream or it could be a recorded interview to be released tomorrow. If you don't know who Whistleblower is, he has been making waves on Twitter with his supposed inside information. And I have some inside knowledge that he has, at the very least, talked to somebody who is legit and has who has some knowledge. So, yeah, so that's going to be a fascinating interview. I hope that happens. And so please keep your eye on the channel for my interview with the man known as Whistleblower. That's his Twitter handle. Okay, getting to the news of today from Ask-A-Poll. Senator Heinrich becomes the 4th sponsor of Chuck Schumer's new UAPDA, one day after talking to Ask-A-Poll. Senator Martin Heinrich, Democrat, Senate Intel Committee. Ask-A-Poll asks, why haven't you signed on to Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer's new UAPDA amendment to this year's NDAA, as you did last year? Heinrich said, off the top of my head, I don't know the answer to that. I'll have to circle back with my staff. I don't think there's been a change, so I'll figure it out. After checking with his staff, the senator co-sponsored the measure the next day, August 1st. Last year, Heinrich was one of 6 original sponsors of Chuck Schumer's UAPDA. That's amazing. So, yeah, good for Matt Laszlo. Matt Laszlo's, involvement seems to have directly caused another senator to sign on to the UAP Disclosure Amendment. That's huge. I love it. Good job, Matt. That's just so cool, guys. Meanwhile, check it out. We've got new UFO video of Mars. Excuse me, not a UFO video. Well, I mean, watch out. Watch out. Look closely. You never know. But a new video of Mars. Look at that. Beautiful red planet, but actually not so red. Check it out. It's got blue skies. Blue skies, guys. I like it. You can just see yourself sitting down on a porch drinking some lemonade, looking out over Mars. I don't know. We've got oceans under Mars. We've got blue skies. And, of course, we've probably got lots of alien ruins and all sorts of funky stuff on Mars. Can't wait to find out, I was going to say, more about what they find, but if they find it, are they going to tell us? They've already found it. They know, guys. They know, but we'll see. We'll see. Meanwhile, check this out. Has the WOW signal been explained? A team of scientists from the Planetary Habitability Laboratory at the University of Puerto Rico believe they may have finally solved the 47-year-old mystery of the infamous WOW signal. Okay, well, I can't wait to see what that is. Detected by the Ohio State University Big Ear Telescope in 77, the WOW signal got its name because astronomer Jerry R. Emmon was so impressed he wrote WOW in the signal printout margins. Since then, the signal has continued to fascinate the scientific community, including the possibility that it may have been sent by ET civilization light years from Earth due to its high power, strong signal-to-noise ratio, and narrow bandwidth. Yeah, a lot of people think this is proof of alien civilization out there and that it has been detected. Unfortunately, says the article, various efforts to detect a repeat of the signal, which had a frequency and duration that didn't match any known natural phenomenon, have come up empty. However, now the PHL's lead researcher, Professor Abel Mendez, says that additional data collected by the facility's 12-meter telescope since 2023 has led them to a potentially astronomical solution to this enduring mystery. The WOW signal may have been caused by a unique astrophysical event. the sudden brightening of a cold hydrogen cloud due to stimulated emission from a transient strong radiation source, such as a magnetar flare or a soft gamma repeater. Well, that's not very sexy. There's no aliens there. Darn it. But there you go, a possible natural explanation for the wow signal. Very disappointing. But, come on, guys. We've got UFOs on Earth. We don't need to be looking at the wow signal. We just need to be figuring out, what is going on with that and what the government knows and what their involvement is and what is the bigger picture. The SETI and wow, I'm not excited about any of that. Meanwhile, Nazca mummies are making the world news again because of Tim Burchett stepping up in support of the research on the Nazca mummies and pledging his support of those efforts. I think that is huge. That is awesome, and I love it. Meanwhile, check this out, guys. This is a really wild video. Okay, well, I'll read it to you so you can understand what we're supposed to be looking at. This is a profound visual of bilocal operations. A Pleiadian from Electra projected the body of a dog to save many animals with food. He also took care of several dogs that were starving and then proceeded to the area where humans had no food. He manifested bread and fruit and then vanished. He appeared as an elderly man so they would not be frightened. Okay, that all sounds pretty crazy, and who knows, this could all be CGI, but in it we will see a dog transform into a man. All right, check this out, guys. That is supposedly the dog right there. It's kind of hard to see. And in a moment, you'll see that he morphs into a man. So is this a Pleiadian shapeshifter manifesting this form? Or is this a big fat hoax? What do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Meanwhile, new answers about Stonehenge actually raise more questions.
The mystery of Stonehenge just got deeper. New research reveals that 5,000 years ago, the altar stone largely buried at the centre of the ring was brought from northern Scotland and not from Wales as previously thought. Somehow, Neolithic people with only primitive tools moved a 6-ton rock the length of Britain. The scientists were stunned.
This sort of transportation distance is amazing. It looks like a sandstone rock that's micaceous, so it's a little bit glittery. You would think, oh wow, there's rocks like this in pretty close to here. I would have expected it to come from there, but no, absolutely gobsmacked.
Not only did it travel the length of Britain, but the territory that it traveled through is not easily passable. So did it go down a river? Big stone like that on a river? On a raft? How did they move it and why? They were clearly intent on having that specific stone as the altar stone, or that specific kind of rock. Somehow that was very important to have that material as the altar stone. And they were willing to go to incredible lengths to make sure that happened. Or else they had some help or some technology where it really wasn't that arduous. So, one more crazy anomaly about Stonehenge. We've got an answer for where the stone came from. It's not like the other stones. And it came from far away. Again, for no explicable reason. And for, we don't know how they did it. So let me know your thoughts about that. Is it something esoteric? It's got to be esoteric, right? Is it something alien? Does that particular stone have a certain resonance or vibration or something like that? And that's why it was important to have as the altar stone. Man, I would love to know. Let me know what you think. Speaking of that area, here's an aerial view of the Lions Gate portal crop circle that appeared a few days ago during the Lions Gate portal. Pretty cool. I haven't seen any new evidence, pointing to an anomalous explanation for the crop circle, or for that matter, a man-made explanation. So if you've seen any evidence one way or the other, let me know. I want to know if this is a genuine anomalous crop circle, some sort of communication from the phenomenon, or if this is just a man-made hoax. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you found any evidence either way. Meanwhile, in an older interview, Dolores Canon gives us some thoughts about Atlantis and the survivors of Atlantis. And I say thoughts, but her information is generally coming from beings that are coming into the bodies of her patients, the people that are being hypnotically regressed to recall past lives or alien abductions. She would hypnotize people so deeply that sometimes beings would come through and actually communicate directly with Dolores, giving her lots of wild information that she wrote several books about, many books about. And, you know, she has a really interesting series, The Convoluted Universe. And I think there's very questionable information in there. You know, how some people are actually literally NPCs, according to some of that information. A lot of wild stuff that I don't think is necessarily factual. I think that the beings that were communicating with her, well, first of all, I believe those communications did happen. I believe Dolores. But I do think that sometimes there's some mischievous entities out there that are not necessarily telling the truth. But I do think that she was getting real information sometimes, maybe even a majority of the time. So I really value her insights and what information she was able to glean from all this. And here she is talking about Atlantis and post-Atlantis.
Whenever Atlantis went down, a lot of them, some of them went to Egypt and were survivors and to other places, but some of them went underground. And there's an entire cities all throughout. There's all kinds of tunnels and transportation systems that link them all together. Some of the trains and things down there can go 3,000 miles an hour to link the cities together. There's like a sun inside the earth that lights everything. So they have light, they have lakes, they have water, they have everything they need. And there's animals down there that do not exist on the surface of the earth. They have live computers, if you want to say that. This is in my second volume of The Convoluted Universe. It talks about the underground cities. They have computers that we can't even approach that can create and do anything they want. And the people are so advanced, they have no desire to come to the surface. They have everything they need down there. They've been down there for thousands and thousands of years.
So the Atlanteans are still around, and they are underground. Now, I question the whole, you know, hollow earth thing with a, you know, inner sun, or maybe it doesn't, maybe she's not talking about necessarily a hollow earth, but just vast cavities within the earth, and there's some sort of artificial luminescence. I could buy that. You know, there's a lot of people that do talk about underground cities and beings living inside of them. But could some survivors of Atlantis have moved underground? Well, you know, I was talking about this the other day. The Korahora Shaft, that mysterious subterranean structure in the Caucasus Mountains. Well, the Nazis were on the hunt for that shaft, and they found it because they were chasing rumors of Atlantean underground cities. I don't know what information or, you know, rumors or legends led them to that shaft, but apparently there was information that led them to that shaft. So could that actually have could that shaft be the air tube of an underground city? Maybe a defunct underground city? You know, I don't know, guys, but I think that, you know, that shaft is there for a reason. Whoever built that didn't build it for no reason. And there are a lot of experiencers that do talk about underground cities. Some have even been there. Could some of those cities belong to Atlanteans, or at least remnants of some ancient human civilization? I begin to wonder if some of that might be true. Now, I wouldn't want to live underground. That doesn't sound great. But, you know, I guess if you've got an artificial sun and you've got, you know, the grass and stuff, you know, maybe, you know, Let me know what you think. Would you live underground? And do you think that is in any way possible? If any of that is true, I really want to visit with a, two-way trip, two-way ticket, one of those cities. Wouldn't that be cool, guys, to go visit an Atlantean city underground with an artificial sun and animals that can't be found on Earth? Who knows what the wine would be like in an Atlantean city. Atlantean wine, guys. That's what I'm saying, guys. Work with me here. All right, let me know what you think. Meanwhile, alien UFO sightings is sharing this UFO video, supposed UFO video, out of Russia. So is this an actual video of a UFO? Now, I would feel a lot better about this UFO if it were not just, on the clouds. So let's see if it ever moves beyond the clouds. Because, of course, if it's just on the clouds, just lights on the clouds, that could easily be, a beam projecting onto the clouds, right? We've seen that. There's some, really good, laser light or whatever that can do stuff like that. So is that what's going on here? I don't, yeah, I'm looking. There's almost a point where I think that it goes into one of those spaces between the clouds, like right there. See if we can see anything going where there are no clouds. I mean, that right there is so bright that, I don't know if a projected beam could do that. That really does look like light coming from within the cloud. So, my mind is definitely open to this one, but I would feel a lot better about it if I could see. Yeah, I mean, look at that. I mean, could a laser do that? Could a laser make that bright light that looks like it comes from within the cloud? Maybe it can. Maybe it can. I'll let you laser light experts let me know in the comments below. But, I would feel a lot better about this if it weren't hidden behind the clouds, if it weren't very likely or possible, at least, that whatever that was could be projected onto the clouds. But let me know what you guys think. Last but not least, what would Middle Earth look like if it were an 80s movie? Well, looks pretty interesting. It looks pretty good. I like that. But yeah, let me know what you think about the 80s Middle Earth and everything else covered today. I'm going to call it quits. I'm running on fumes here. Haven't been sleeping very well. All the congestion and everything. But I am on the mend, guys. I'm on the mend. You guys have a great day. Like, subscribe, go visit, the merch store, buy a coffee mug or a t-shirt. Gandalf wants you to buy a coffee mug. Yeah, a very buff Aragorn. Was that Schwarzenegger? That looked like Schwarzenegger's jawline. Love it. Yeah. Oh, I didn't know Gimli was so stacked, man. Yeah. So anyway, let me know what you think about Gimli's 8-packs. Yeah, coffee mug, t-shirt, become a channel member. Channel members are rock stars, and I really appreciate you guys' support. Thank you very much. Meanwhile, there are plenty of other videos on the channel. Look at this crazy Saruman. That's pretty badass. I don't know about that orc. I'm a little questionable about the orc, but otherwise, looking pretty solid. Yeah, so let me know what you think about it all. I'll see you guys next time. This is Jack with Cosmic Road, signing out.